Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I wanted to expand on from the last video. But before we get started with that, please ignore the fact that my hair is in my face and probably looks awful. I just got out of the bathtub, so my hair is sopping wet still. Anyway, continuing on. So, in last week's video, I said that blind people can't drive, and that's true, but that also depends on how you define blindness. Like, for example, the Missouri Council of the Blind fought to make it a law in Missouri that if you have a valid driver's license and you don't need assistance with driving, or, if you can drive at all. I think it's like if you can drive at all, even with assistance. I think that you have, and by have, I mean that you are not considered as blind. I'm not quite sure how that law works. I just remember a friend of mine from Missouri Council of the Blind telling me about it. So basically, you can use devices, including eyeglasses or whatever, to drive. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not blind. That just means that you can see with assistance, and that's what not everybody, but me, that's what I defined as legally blind or visually impaired. It means that you can see well enough to do things, but you need help. So I wanted to clarify that because I didn't want people to see that and be like, well, what if you need help? What if you need this device and you can still see to drive? Then in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, this is not everyone else's, this is probably not like federal standards or anything, you're legally blind, not blind. So I hope that clarifies it. I wanted to make this video because I just felt like I needed to. Like, I was editing it last night and I looked back at it and I was like, why didn't I go into a better explanation of why blind people can't drive? So basically, there are also blind pilots. However, I've read that they need sighted co-pilots in order to see. And I don't know if that would meet my definition of legal blindness, or if they're actually like legitimately blind, like can't see at all. But I've seen a couple of articles about blind pilots. But what I've found out over the years is that Willow wants to be in the video too. Hi, Willow. Anyway, is that the media and literally everyone in my life defines blindness as, I can't see things far away, but I can see things close up, or I can't see things close up, but I can see things far away. That is technically a form of blindness, but that is not blindness. Blindness is me. Blindness is the inability to distinguish objects and to not be able to tell where you are in a strange room just by looking at it. Like, that's how I define blindness. You might define it differently, but I define it that way. Do you guys define blindness differently? Let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, I hope you like this video enough to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring that notification bell. Make sure it's set to all notifications. Leave a comment if you have a question, idea, suggestion. Please answer my question. like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. Both of those are Stephieonyoutube1. The personal Twitter is Stephie2010. You can follow me there too, just because I'm too lazy to remove it from my YouTube page and from previous video descriptions. And be sure and follow me on Odyssey. It is no longer called Libri, but I still sometimes call it Libri. I have finally changed that on my YouTube page and down in the description. Hopefully that doesn't confuse you all. And also, be sure and shoot me an email if you have a longer suggestion, question, idea that you think would be better in an email, or, if you just want to talk to me on a platform other than Facebook and Twitter. And that is Stephieonyoutube@gmail. You can find that in the About section, and you can find everything that I just mentioned down in the description below. Now, there is something that I am about to mention that I cannot figure out how to get a link to in order to add it to the description and my YouTube page, and that is I now have a TikTok. So please feel free to follow me on there. It's the same as my Twitter and my Facebook page. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys!